A few episodes back, I asked if there was a game that I could play where I could be the good guy for once. I'd played a whole bunch of open world video games where I was definitely the bad guy. While I did break that up with Sleeping Dogs, some of the things I had to do in that game were questionable at best. And I didn't break the trend this time because this open world game is no exception. Although the environment is a little more bricky. Once again, we're jumping into the foray of LEGO games, and this time we're dealing with a Nintendo exclusive. LEGO City Undercover follows Chase McCain, a cop who was sent away 2 years ago due to some events explained in the 3DS game The Chase Begins. Turns out a criminal from that adventure, Rex Fury, has escaped from prison, and Chase needs to find and arrest him again. As this is a different experience from other movie or comic-themed LEGO games, this game takes a different style as well. Instead of starting levels through a central hub, LEGO City Undercover uses an open-world environment, allowing you to explore the city you're in while you go from mission to mission. What I'm basically saying is, this is Grand Theft Auto for 10-year-olds. LEGO games are notorious for enabling my OCD, and this game is no exception. All the missions still have the grab a certain amount of studs to get a reward bit, but you don't get studs from destroying everything anymore. Now you get bricks, which are used on super build points. These range from waypoints to retrieve vehicles all the way up to massive structures that are either completely optional or are used to progress the mission or the story. The story is about as functional as it gets. For an original non-comic movie-based story, it's actually pretty good and does tie itself into the LEGO City universe pretty well. You won't necessarily see sets that you can buy in stores, with one exception, but it feels like something you've built up with the 30 zillion LEGO sets you've probably stored in a giant pail. I've always liked the LEGO games for their zany humor and their creative uses of the licenses that they lampoon. But this game triggered some things in me that weren't so good. And I'm talking way worse than my self-diagnosed, not medically proven at all OCD. The first bit is more of a complaint than anything else. I mentioned the studs and bricks you have to get throughout the game. Well, I don't think TT Games completely thought through the concept. While you have huge amounts of studs to find, the bricks just aren't as plentiful. Bricks also come in only 1 and 5 point increments, save for the super bricks that come in 1,000 and 10,000. However, those require some searching, and the only other way to get bricks is to grind everything in your path via car. Sure, the multiplier helps, but that really only happens if you destroy enough things in your vehicle. The biggest problem that I have is that this is a next-gen game, with loading times from 10 years ago. Yes, the main city is huge, and no, each district doesn't have to load separately, but every other part takes a really long time to load, and that includes the time it takes from putting in the disc to the main title screen loading up. And I wouldn't mind if these were 5-second loads. Oh no, these are 30 to 40-second load times. And when you're going through stuff quickly, it's really frustrating. What's worse is that these load times happen before and after missions. So here's what it looks like. Start the game on Wii U, load. Load save file, load. Go to mission, load. Finish mission, load. Want to go inside of the police station? Load. If you have to replay a mission, load. And this results in huge amounts of time wasted just looking at load screens. I don't remember Grand Theft Auto 5 or Sleeping Dogs having these types of load issues, and if I was groaning every single time I saw a load screen, I can only imagine a 10-year-old having to deal with it. I've said before in another episode that patience is a virtue, but holy crap, this game throws in the load times! Wait, did I just do something stupid, like throwing a load time joke? This last bit directly relates to my minor OCD I keep mentioning. I get the feeling this game, although built for the Wii U, had achievements in mind. I say this because there are 450 gold bricks to find. You'll get to buy some, but most of the others require you to beat challenges that you can't get until you beat the game. Just so you know, it's also not necessary to buy the LEGO City Undercover specific LEGO set to unlock the special missions, even if it is nice to have something that is part of the toy line and the game universe. So I finally built my way up to the question I must ask with every single game I come across. I just threw in a pun, didn't I? I better throw out the question. Is LEGO City Undercover on the Wii U worth your cash? I ended up getting LEGO City Undercover at Target for $50. And that's the cheapest it's going to get, folks. I know that a lot of Nintendo-published games don't depreciate rapidly, but this one is just ridiculous, particularly when a lot of the other LEGO games have dropped to around $20. I can't recommend a $50 price tag to a game where, although original, you end up doing roughly the same things you would in other LEGO games. If it ever drops, I'd wait for it to hit at most $20. You know, I think the price of this game is probably the biggest surprise I've had. Not because it was necessarily bad, or because there was a surprise like Day 1 DLC or anything like that. No, it's because this game just hasn't dropped past $50. And I can't recommend this game on that price, even if it is Grand Theft Auto with Legos in it. The next game I'm playing, however, is much cheaper, although it falls under the holy crap, I've bought this already category. Not only have I already bought this game twice, it's also an upgrade to a series that I've been following since 2009. So I've been buying this game over and over and over again.